Good evening. The whole world is still in shock at the United States of America. Yesterday, September 11th of 2001, at 8:46 in the morning, American Flight 11, Boing 767, destined to Los Angeles, crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center after being hijacked, followed less than half an hour later by another commercial plane that crashed into the South Tower of the second building, creating a huge chaos in Manhattan. Both of the twin towers went down about 2 hours after these unexpected violent attacks. The exact number of deaths is unknown, but it is estimated it has exceeded 2,000 civilians of different ages, danger, and nationalities, including the ones that were on board of the planes and the terrorists. Also in American territory in the same day, at 9:37 a.m., a third hijacked plane had the Pentagon, the headquarters of U.S. Department of Defense, as target, and crushed part of the building, killing more people. And finishing this horrifying day, another plane, a United 93, crashed into the ground of Pennsylvania later that morning, killing all on board, caused by a failure in one more attack probably targeting the White House. Authorities have not spoken up, but the borders with Mexico and Canada were closed, as well as the airports. Clearly, the American government did not see that coming, and these attacks showed the whole world the US's intelligence and mistakes and weaknesses, and led a huge question mark hovering between all the American citizens. How is it possible to happen? Even after years of the end of the Cold War, the American Army and Defense were still only structured along the terms of a possible Soviet attack coming from outside the country, and did not worry and prepare to protect themselves from terrorist attacks coming from inside America. Even though the main suspects of committing this horrific scene yesterday are the same ones who devised and executed a giant, however poorly executed, explosion in the parking lot of the World Trade Center on February 26, 1993, killing 6 people.
Sources indicated that the government was warned about possible threats but simply ignored it.
No facts, besides the thousands of deaths, can really be said. However, it's believed that the attacks have been promoted and founded by a religious fundamentalist Muslim organization known as Al-Qaeda. So far, we know that this enemy comes from the Middle East and claims for less Western intervention in Muslim territories and countries. I would say by now, how many people make up this group, who provides them with money, and how they can be infiltrated. Their leader, Osama bin Laden, argued that their causes are noble, and justified their actions by modifying quotes from the Quran, the religious Muslim book, and invites Islamic people to join their fight. The Al-Qaeda ideology is based on violent efforts to eliminate every single Western intervention of their territories and establish a new Islamic golden era ruled by the Sharia law and living their freedom given from Allah, far from the globalization spread principally by America and its foreign policy. It's hard to say what the American government is going to do to respond to these actions and to protect their country from new possible attacks. But clearly, the prior efforts made by President Clinton in 1995 with the PBT-39 to deal with terror attacks weren't enough, as the FBI decentralized extractor, lack of communication with its parts, and inability to collect information and analysis will sure pass through modification. Bush needs to deal with this mysterious enemy and fight it, knowing they are not a reflection of the whole Islamic population, and avoid unfair retaliations. We must keep in mind that these criminals who commit these acts are radical rebels that guided their extreme thoughts through a violent way. We will back soon with more information. Good evening.